Have you ever found yourself feeling overwhelmed, tired, exhausted, stressed out because of the demands that are placed on you by others? Well, today I want to talk about ways to begin to set boundaries and figure out what boundaries that you need to set in order for you to begin to experience peace, joy, have that ability to rest and to take care of yourself. So you don't want to miss today's episode. Hi, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, I'm Shanita, and I help individuals to hear from their traumatic experiences as well as to uncover and discover who they are so they can begin to live a life of wholeness and purpose. You know, there once was a time in my life, when I was overwhelmed. I was tired. I was exhausted all the time. There was constant demands on my life. It seems like I was being stretched and pulled from every angle. We have this tendency to make sure everyone else is taken care of, to make sure we're doing what is expected. And also, people pleasing. But today, I want you to realize, even if you've ever been a people pleaser, even if there's constant demands, you can still make time for yourself. You can still put up boundaries for your life and be able to pour into yourself, which will give you the strength, the energy, and the desire to pour into those around you. I have 5 steps for you today to help you to begin to communicate your limits and boundaries to those around you. Step number 1. I want you to reflect on what feels safe, comfortable, and respected to you in your relationships. What do you need in your relationships to feel safe? What do you need to feel comfortable? How is respect reflected? Jot it down. Take some time. Think about it. Jot it down. And this will help you to begin to shape out your boundaries that you need in your relationships. Number 2, I want you to begin to identify certain situations or experiences where you know your boundaries were crossed. Jot those down as well. This will give you a picture of, okay, when this happens, this crosses my boundaries, which means this is what my boundaries are. For example, you may have someone in your life that just calls you names. And they chucking it off like, oh, I'm just playing with you, or I'm just joking with you. But to you, that's hurtful. To you, you know that's not who you are. To you, that may be a boundary that you need to put in place. Number 3, which is the difficult part, is communicating your boundaries to others. Now, this may not go so well, okay? There are some folks in my life I can communicate my boundaries to, and they will respect it. But then there are others, they will not respect my boundaries whatsoever. So that's when I move to the next level. But communicating your boundaries, you want to use I statements. Like, you know what? I feel upset when you call me this name. Or I feel upset when you make fun of me or make jokes about me. When you discuss how you feel about the situation, that will make the other person less defensive. So communicating your boundaries clearly by using I statements. Number 4, this is the next level. You're going to enforce your boundaries with consequences. Like I said before, some people, they'll cross my boundaries, they'll do it on purpose. They won't even care that I have a boundary there. That's when I will pull back on the relationship, and you have to decide what the consequences is going to be when someone crosses the line. But you also need to figure out how many chances will I give an individual, because we still want to practice grace. But then you want to protect yourself as well. So you're guarding your heart and practicing grace. And there's a line there, and you and only you can decide where that line is. And number 5, like I said before, you may have to reevaluate the relationship. Because some people may be different than others. Some, they just may forget. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, I'm sorry. Forgive me. But then others, they may be like, I don't care about your boundaries. I'm going to say whatever I want to say, do whatever I want to do. So you need to decide, okay, then what's the next step that you are going to take? Because we cannot change anyone except ourselves. So setting boundaries, remember, it's for your own well-being. It's for your own peace, your own joy, your own comfort. And it's necessary because when you set those boundaries, you're pouring into yourself. You will have the time and the space to pour into yourself. But when you pour into yourself, you'll be able to pour more out to others. Remember, it will be a struggle. Take it one step at a time. Don't try to change everyone. Take it one boundary at a time. Don't make a list of boundaries and try to implement them all at the same time. That will become overwhelming. One step at a time on this channel. That's how we're taking the next step. So remember, we're working on ourselves to live a life of wholeness and purpose. So leave a comment below, and that way we can support you